There were some challenges to living in an RV full-time and not having a place to call a home base. Most RV parks that we visit have been disappointing, to say the least. Having the space and privacy, but still fully embracing the outdoors and nature. We're still living in our RVs. We just have extra space now where we spend almost all of our time outside. Like, we never go inside. We're so excited to announce that we just purchased our very first RV lot here in beautiful northern Michigan. For those of you who don't know us, I'm Hillary.
And I'm Kris.
And we're with Fuel Your Wander. And we've been traveling the country in our motorhome for the past 3 years now. 2 years ago, we sold our house and made the transition to full-time RV life. In that time, we've traveled to just about 40 states. We've been all around the country and we've had an absolutely incredible experience. But we decided to purchase an RV lot for a couple different reasons. In today's video, we're going to take you all through a full in-depth tour of our new lot, which we're really excited to show you. And then we're also going to talk about some of the reasons why we made the decision to purchase an RV lot and why this was the right time in our journey as full-time RVers.
For the past month, we've been here kind of updating things, modifying the bungalow, updating some of the hardscapes, and we're really excited to actually show you around and show you what we've done for the past month.
Yeah, we really just wanted to put our personal touches on this lot since we purchased it. We wanted it to feel like a place that we were comfortable and happy. Yeah. And so we'd love to know your feedback. Please, please, please leave us some comments and let us know what you think about the lot. And also, if you have any questions about it, we'll be addressing those as well. Let's get to the tour, but before we do, we want to take just a quick minute to thank today's video sponsor and also talk about a really important upgrade that we finally made to our RV.
We're so excited that our new RV mattress by Brooklyn Bedding has arrived. One of the worst parts about new RVs is that they come standard with mattresses that are notorious for being poor quality and uncomfortable. Even in the higher end RVs, most standard mattresses are no good. We did a ton of research and finally decided to get one from RVmattress.com, which is a Brooklyn Bedding brand known for top-of-the-line comfort and quality. RVmattress.com delivers your mattress right to your door for free within the US, plus it comes rolled up in a box and is super easy to set up yourself. When searching for a new mattress, we needed a mattress that fit our specific RV size bed, but we also needed it to be comfortable and very supportive to ensure we get a good night's sleep. I've been having a lot of back and neck issues, and I can't stress how important a good mattress is for your overall health. This is definitely one of those improvements we should have done much sooner. With an RV mattress by Brooklyn Bedding, you get a 120-night sleep trial along with a 10-year warranty. They offer different firmness options, heights, and dimensions, even RV-specific and non-traditional sizes. After doing some research on their website, we decided to get the signature hybrid mattress in an RV king size, medium firmness. This is their most popular and customizable option. It features a premium quilted top that helps resist body impressions and provides optimal breathability while you sleep. The hybrid mattress combines individually encased coils with patented hyper-responsive foam for increased comfort and support. And unlike other brands, Brooklyn Bedding mattresses do not contain fiberglass, which can be harmful to your health. Plus, they have a factory in Arizona, which means they're able to use premium materials at a reasonable price with no middleman bringing up the cost. We've had our mattress for over a month now and are very happy with it. It fits in our RV perfectly and is so much more comfortable compared to our old mattress. And of course, it's Axle approved. We love our new mattress by Brooklyn Bedding and we think you would too. If you're looking for a new mattress, check out RVmattress.com. You can click the link below or go to rvmattress.com/fuelyourwander and get 25% off your mattress with code FuelYourWander to help support our channel.
We're going to start the tour at the front of our RV lot, and this is in the front driveway where we're able to pull in from the road to our spot. So one of the reasons why we decided to pick this specific lot is because it's a large corner lot. So that gives us a lot of extra privacy because we only have one neighbor. So we have a neighbor to the right of us, but there's no neighbors here to the left of us. And in front of us, we have a pond, which gives us really pretty scenery, but it also gives us more privacy, which is great. Then also, we absolutely loved all of the lush landscaping here. The landscaping that they put in when they built this place was just incredible. We've got all these gorgeous evergreen trees, so we always have privacy here. We were able to plant some additional flowers down here, and they've just got some really nice added touches like these big rocks and boulders and such. But it was just beautiful. When we first walked in here, we were like, wow, we couldn't believe that this was all in an RV lot. And then you can see the RV here. We've got plenty of space for the RV on either side, so it doesn't feel cramped or crowded. And if you've ever stayed at an RV park before, you'll know that this is a lot of space for an RV. Here we have, I guess what you could call like our courtyard. I don't know. This is some of the additional landscaping space that we have here. And again, like this is all our lot. So the lot goes all the way back here behind our bungalow, and we've got tons of privacy trees wrapping around the back. But we've got just some more beautiful landscaping here with more flowers and a Japanese maple tree. My favorite, these haven't started to bloom yet, but these are hydrangeas, so those always look really beautiful when they come in. We added some new potted plants around just to add some pops of color and such, but I mean, the trees and everything here are just gorgeous, and it's something that Kris and I have really enjoyed. And then over here is our bungalow. So we just finished renovating this bungalow from top to bottom, and I'll be honest with you, this was a lot more work than we anticipated. We had actually talked about hiring out a painter to come and repaint the interior and the exterior. The exterior was originally this burnt orange brown color scheme, and it just really made the lot look kind of old and outdated, and it just didn't look fresh and bright, and it didn't do any justice for this gorgeous lot. We got some quotes from local painters, and they wanted $15,000 to do all of the painting on the bungalow, and we were just like, no, that's way too much money for this small of a space. We did it all ourselves, and it took what?
2 weeks, 6 hard days.
There's one story here that is a little bit unfortunate. Kris tried to do something really nice for me. I was out of town. I went to California with my mom, and he agreed to paint the outside of the bungalow by himself. I picked out the colors, and I'd gotten some samples, and I thought it all was gonna look good. He painted the whole thing top to bottom by himself for a week, and it was the wrong color.
And it was a horrible color.
It was a horrible color. Instead of looking like this nice muted gray and blue, it was like a baby stork blue and a royal blue on the bottom, and it was like way too much blue. So as soon as I got home, I had to apologize to him, but tell him that that was in fact the wrong color. But this has turned out so much nicer. We really like that, the way it looks now. It's just much more brighter and looks a lot nicer.
It was worth the 2 weeks of effort.
Yeah, we don't live in the bungalow. We still live in the RV when we're on our lot, but the bungalow, what we're using it for is a space for guests when we have friends and family come visit us, and also as a home office. Inside the bungalow here, we have a small, tiny little house. What is it, like 300 square feet or something like that?
Yeah, it's about 300 square feet.
Yeah, all we need, honestly. And we actually fully renovated the whole inside of this. So originally, this place was brown, brown, brown. I kid you not. The ceilings, walls, trim, and even the freaking toilet were all the same color, just kind of nasty brown. We repainted the whole thing top to bottom. We repainted the ceilings white, the walls a color, I think it was called sea salt from Sherwin-Williams. It's a nice kind of neutral bluish green. And we ended up keeping the trim the same color because we kept the tile the same, so we thought it would just go well with the tile. But we removed a lot of stuff that was originally in here. Originally, there was a big red wardrobe here that was custom built cabinetry. It was really nice, but it was just taking up a ton of space, and we didn't really want to lay it out that way. And then over here on this side, there was a kitchenette against this wall, and we just felt like that was kind of pointless for us because we already have a huge, awesome outdoor kitchen outside. We also have a full kitchen inside the RV, so it was kind of like, what's the point of having another third kitchen? So what we did was we took the sofa, which was actually over here against this wall, so we kept the sofa that came with it. This is a really nice sleeper sofa. We put it against this wall, added some kind of decor items. We love this big window because you can see outside the gorgeous garden. This is one of the few things that we kept from our house. This is a vintage mid-century modern chair that we found at a thrift store, and it actually happens to be some nice like designer piece that we didn't even know, and we got it for what, like $100?
Yeah, $100, and I can't remember the name either, but it's worth much more than that, actually.
Yeah, and it's one of those pieces that Kris and I used to love going to thrift stores. We still do, honestly, but we love like trying to find hidden treasures like that. And then there is a loft space up above here, so we actually have a king-size mattress up here. Again, we can have friends and family come and stay as long as they're able to go up and down this ladder, which pulls out maybe more for Kris's kids instead of like our parents, but it gives us a little bit more space. And then in here is actually one of my most prized possessions. So I don't have a whole lot of material things living in an RV, but this is something that's super special to me. This is a thimble collection from my dad. When I was young, my dad used to travel all around the world for work, and he would be gone for months at a time. And when he would come back, the way that I knew he was always thinking about me is he would bring me these thimbles. I have thimbles from his travels all around the world from some really cool places, and it's just really special.
So tell me about your favorite thimble. What's your favorite one? What's the most unique?
My favorite thimble, I actually have two here. My dad used to work for the Naval Oceanographic Office, and he worked out on a naval ship, and he took two styrofoam cups, normal size styrofoam cups, and he wrote on them, and it happened to be for my 19th birthday. And he was near Saipan, I guess, and he put these down 5,000 meters down into the ocean, and it shrunk the styrofoam cups down to a thimble size. So he handmade me these 2 thimbles for my birthday because he wasn't able to go buy them from a store.
That's amazing what the pressure will do to styrofoam.
It is. So these are definitely really special. I love those.
And how many do you have in total?
I don't know how many I have. I actually need to count them, but I have quite a lot. But my goal is to at least go to all the countries where my dad has been, if not more. So the challenge is on, Dad. And then over here we have an office space. So again, we ripped out the kitchenette that was over here and we added this desk. This is an old barn door from a farm in Louisiana that I got. So Louisiana is where I was born and raised. This is just a special desk for me. Kris actually built me the legs and everything on this. And this is really nice to have because in the RV, we don't have like official workstation, so this is just nice to have a monitor and a little bit more space. Kris can take conference calls here and stuff and I don't have to bother him, or vice versa. And then another thing that we got from our house that we kept was this lantern. Kris and I, one of our first international trips together was to Thailand, and we were at a flea market in Bangkok, and I saw this lantern and I just thought this was the coolest thing and I had to have it. We added this wardrobe cabinet, which we ordered online, and unfortunately this came in probably about 1,000 pieces. If you want to test a relationship, order furniture online that has to be put together. Poor Kris. How many hours did you spend putting it together?
I'm going to say 15 minutes, but the reality is it was about 4 hours.
He was not happy with me, but it looks great. It's a nice thing for the space. And then we added some other personal things here, like our printer, but then Kris also added some pictures of his boys. So those were his 2 sons, Chance and Jack, and some of their racing photos from when they raced together. And then the last part of the bungalow is the bathroom. The bathroom here, we have a nice sized bathroom, which is great again for RVers. Like, we don't have a huge bathroom, so it's nice just to have this extra space. And if anyone comes to visit, we redid the whole vanity here. So we added in a new light fixture, a new mirror, and a new vanity. The one that was here, again, everything was brown and clunky and outdated, and it was just kind of ugly, to be honest.
It was very brown.
So we redid it all. And then this shower is one of our favorite parts. This was here when we bought it, but this is a aerial shower. And it's one of those like steam showers that has jets that shoot out you from all angles. It's got a rain shower head here, and it's a pretty good size for one person. So this is nice because we don't have to worry about emptying the tanks in the RV when we shower in here.
And it cleans you from every angle.
That's a great point. And then over here, we've got the toilet that we replaced because, like I mentioned, the toilet was brown. I couldn't believe that it matched everything. It was just
not
hideous.
in a good way.
Not in a good way. Kris replaced that for me, and then we got this other shelf here that was just a little less bulky and brown. And then also some other pictures here from some of our travels. This is, again, just one of those spaces that for us is really useful. We love the fact that we can still live in the RV and we're not like living in this bungalow or house. This is really just used for guests and when we need additional space as a home office. Then out here we have one of our favorite parts, which is our hot tub. So this lot came with a hot tub, which is pretty amazing to have all to ourselves. I'm gonna try to open it here without Kris's help, but I won't open it all the way. But you can see here, it's a pretty big size hot tub. I think it's got seating for 4 people. It's got lights and jets, and I have to say, after all the work we've been doing to renovate and do projects on this place, sitting in this at night by ourselves has been so nice. This is definitely a really, really cool feature to have.
And I think it was the first hot tub that was actually installed here in this location.
Yeah, that's what we heard. This lot was the first one to put in a private hot tub. Our lot was the trendsetter of the place.
There you go.
And then also one of the things that it came with that I absolutely love is this vintage popcorn machine. I'm a big fan of popcorn. Kris doesn't really like popcorn, but this is just really cute to have. And it was just added finesse to have this come with a lot. And then again, you know, like we mentioned, we talked about having lots of landscaping. So this is all privacy hedges and stuff here. So we don't see anybody. I mean, it's totally private back here. It's really nice. Again, being in an RV, we're just not used to having that kind of privacy, so that's been amazing to have. Then over here, we've got one side of the pergola, so we'll show you all the different sides of the pergola. This is the living room area, and this is probably our favorite part just because this is where we hang out and spend like 90% of our time. We added this sectional sofa here, so this wasn't here. They just had chairs around the fire pit. And Kris and I really wanted a spot that we could sit and hang out and relax. I mean, we spend so much time out here.
I love that you call it the living room area.
It is our living room. It is
kind of our living room.
It is. So we've got this huge fire pit here, which is great on cool nights and in the morning. We also have a heater up here. And these heaters provide a lot more heat than you probably think.
Yeah, I mean, with the fire pit and the heaters, we've never been cold.
No, we're in northern Michigan, right?
Yeah.
So it does get cold here in like April, May timeframe. Then Kris added this outdoor TV. So this was not here. We put this in and we're hanging it from the ceiling. This is rated for outdoors, so it can withstand the heat and the rain and those types of things. When we leave for the winter, we'll probably take this down just to keep it safe. But you know, it works really great, and it's just a nice thing to have. And Axel couldn't be happier spending all of his days outside here. He has loved being a little bit settled, and he just loves curling up and laying out in the sun or hanging out in one of these chairs.
He just loves to watch racing. That's all it is.
Oh, that's true. He is. He's got like a front row seat to the racing.
Front row.
And like we mentioned, we have a pond here in the front, and this was another one of the selling features to us because this gives us so much privacy, and it's just really pretty to have this sort of natural kind of water feature in front of us. We've got all this landscaping here. We did add some of these little touches like these artistic flowers and these little spinny things. What are these called? These spinner thingies?
Well, windmills?
They're not windmills. I don't know what
they're not wind chimes because they don't make a noise. But...
No, I just thought they were really cute and colorful. We picked them up from a local outdoor store, and they had some local artists that had made those, so I thought those were really cool. Then we also have these lounge chairs, which are so nice for like laying out in the sun or just hanging out and relaxing at night. These overlook the pond, so they've got a gorgeous view. And then we also have these two, they're gas fire features. I don't know, like, they're not fire pits, but they're fire features, I guess. So at night when we turn these on, these look really cool. They just brighten up the place and make it look really neat.
Yeah, I mean, they are just for visual effects. They're not putting out any real...
They don't really provide a heat source unless you want to stand here and roast a marshmallow over them. There you go. Yeah. And then in the pond, we've got two fountains. One of them is actually broken right now, so we're hoping that they'll come fix that. But those light up at night. And those are really pretty. And that just gives us a little bit of white noise to have and is a nice touch. We added some more of this landscaping here. So before this had kind of just a bunch of like weeds and overgrown plants. So we ripped those out, put in some new flowers. Kris added these new pavers here. So we've got a nice little walkthrough now. We added another potted plant over here just for some more added color. And this is just what we love about it is it just feels beautiful. Everywhere we look, it's like being in paradise. So we'll show you the kitchen next. The kitchen is probably one of my top favorite parts.
It's definitely my favorite part.
This kitchen is freaking awesome. It has everything you could ever need. The kitchen came like this. We didn't add anything except for this kitchen island. It didn't have an island, so we wanted to put this here just so that way we had more space for dishes and prep space and such. But all of these appliances are really nice and high end. So we've got a large gas grill. I think this is like a warming drawer. We haven't even used it yet, but I'm pretty sure that's what that is. We've got storage underneath for all my cooking utensils. This is a trash can. This is probably one of my favorite things to use. So this is a griddle here. So I cook lots of different things on the griddle, like eggs and bacon and hibachi style dinners and stuff. That's been really fun. This is a 2-burner gas cooktop. So having a gas cooktop out here has been great. We've got pretty much everything we need to cook in the RV, but it's pretty small and you can make a mess easily. And especially if you're trying to cook seafood or something, it stinks up the whole RV. So this has been really nice to just have a big outdoor space where we can make a mess. It can smell, it doesn't matter. Kris can make a mess doing the dishes and I don't have to fuss at him about it. We've got more storage down here for our pots and pans. And we added a microwave here so we could have a microwave outside. This is another one of my favorite things. So this is a pizza oven, which I've already made some amazing pizzas out here. And this has been really fun learning how to use this. Some more drawers and space.
It's one of those things that I would never guess I would really like would be a pizza oven, but Hillary has made some pretty awesome pizzas in it.
It's nice. And this is probably Kris's favorite feature.
For some reason, it is my favorite. I just love it. It's an ice machine.
It's an ice machine that makes tons of fresh ice, and he's obsessed with this thing, and he loves having fresh ice and cold water, cold beverages at any time. We put our air fryer out here. We got our knife set and our toaster. This is probably the one thing that's a little bit of a wasted space for us. This is like a drink holder. So I think if you wanted to put some ice in here and have like beer or other drinks, you could do that here, but it's probably the one thing that we don't really use. And then we've got a huge sink. Again, really nice to have. So you can splash water, do in the dishes and things, and you don't really have to worry about making a mess out here. And then over here, we've got a small refrigerator. I do wish we had a slightly bigger refrigerator because I have to bring in a lot of stuff from the RV each time I'm cooking. At least we have one and it's wonderful to have. And then, like I said, we added this island here where I've just got some dishes and other things. This is just like an absolute dream come true. We've got 2 heaters up here. If I'm cooking and it's cold weather, you know, we can turn those on. It helps to keep me warm. And then on this side of the pergola, and actually I keep saying pergola, but I've been corrected now that that's not the correct term. I don't actually know what this thing is called. The builder called it a covered pergola, but if you know what to call this, what is it, just like a covered patio?
Well, first of all, is it a pergola or a pergola?
Well, I say pergola, but
We don't really know.
we don't know. We don't know the correct way to pronounce it or what it is. So if you know, drop us a comment. Then on this side, we've got bar seating. So this has 5 bar stools over here. And we've already had some friends come over for drinks and other things. And this has just been a fun place to hang out with friends and enjoy the views because we've got really nice views of the lake from here. And we just love that. Then we'll head over to this side of the RV and show what this side looks like. As I mentioned earlier, we have a lot of space for the RV, and that's just been nice to not feel cramped or crowded on either side. One thing about this lot is that this actually was designed to be a back-end lot. The previous owner, the rear of their RV would be right here instead of the front of their RV. We've got the front of ours because we really wanted the views of the pond, and we also want the privacy. So with a Class A, you've got a big window in the front, and you typically don't have windows in the back. So we were thinking, like, why wouldn't we want the best view out the front and have the privacy out the front? Originally, since it was designed as a back-end site, this utility post and the sewer connection, so these are all of the hookups for our RV, they were actually back here.
About where I'm standing, yeah.
About where Kris is standing right now.
So we moved them about 20 feet.
Yep. And so they were located right around here, and it just made it so that way, actually, no, I think they were about right here. Because whenever we would come out the front door, we were like walking into the sewer hose. Which is never a nice thing. So we had a contractor move this back for us. We dug this huge trench, ripped up all these brick pavers. It was a pretty big project, actually. We had to have the city come out and reconnect the electric. And so we just moved it over here. And Kris put all of these pavers back together, and he did such a great job. He's never done paver work before, but you'd never be able to tell that we even moved that post. I think it looks really great. We do have this sewer hose here and the electric line, which is, you know, less than ideal, but Kris promised me he's going to build some sort of like a ramp or cover for it to cover it up.
Yeah, I mean, it's all we can do right now. We definitely would like to cover this up, but we're kind of limited by where we can put that post. Yeah, right now it's the best that we can do. We'll figure out some way to cover that up.
Yeah, and a lot of people think that, you know, that would be really bad to have this where you walk, but when we park the car, we actually tend to walk up on that side anyway, so we don't really come walking up this side much, but we will probably put just some sort of a little step-up cover over this. And if this is the worst that we have to deal with to make this a true pull-in site, I think it's totally worth it.
And at the end of the day, every RV has a sewer hose. Yeah. So ours just happens to be a little bit more visible.
A little bit more visible.
But they all have them. There's nothing you can do about it.
At least it's not some ugly orange. We actually had an orange hose here, and I told Kris he had to change it to the gray one. Yeah. So we didn't look like too much of hobos. And then over here, we've got our electric bikes that we keep, which again, those are just really nice around this area of Northern Michigan. It's beautiful. It's a fun area to go biking and to just be able to spend that time together. So we do that a lot. And then we also have space to put the awnings out, and putting the awnings out of our RV really helps with the heat. So today it's pretty warm out and the sun really comes in on this side, and these awnings help to limit the amount of heat that gets in the RV, so we don't have to run the AC and things as much. And it's just nice that, again, we have the space to be able to do that, because at a lot of places you couldn't even put your awnings out. And then we'll show just the view from inside the RV really quick. Again, one of the main reasons why we wanted to pull this in was to have the really nice view being a pull-in. Inside here, you come in, you can see here how nice it looks with our big window and having just that view of the pond and total privacy, not seeing a single other RV or any neighbors. It's really nice to have. And especially at night, one of the things about an RV that a lot of people probably don't realize is that at night, the windows, if you don't have the shades down, you can see straight through. If you're in the back showering or getting dressed or something, and if we were to back in and this was facing the road, at night you can completely see through this. You have to put your blinds down, and it's just kind of annoying having to put the blinds up and down constantly. So this just gives us way more privacy and is really nice.
Yeah, I mean, even with our Magna shades on, it looks like we have a lot of privacy from the outside, but like Hillary said, when they're open at night, it's just like almost transparent.
Yeah. And we do have our Magna shades on, like Kris mentioned, so these keep a lot of the light and UV rays out, so they help keep it cooler, but you can still see out of them, which is really cool. So it's not a blackout screen from the inside. You can totally still see inside at night. So I know a lot of you are probably wondering why we made the decision to purchase this RV lot now. We've been traveling around the country, having a good time, and the reality is we still want to travel, we still love to travel, but there were some challenges to living in an RV full-time and not having a place to call a home base. I think first and foremost, most RV parks that we visit have been disappointing, to say the least. A lot of RV parks can be very run down, they can be old, have old infrastructure, things like Wi-Fi don't even exist. But more importantly, there's no privacy. At a lot of RV parks, you're stacked on top of one another. It's like being in a big parking lot. And that was one thing about RV living that Kris and I were not expecting, and that was probably the biggest downside for us.
I mean, when you can reach out the window and knock on your neighbor's RV, you're too close.
Yeah, way too close. And also the cost, right? So a lot of these places, because of supply and demand, the costs are getting higher and higher, and places are charging an exorbitant amount of money for places that aren't even like semi-decent, or the nice ones are charging so much that it's becoming really hard to even be able to afford renting spots. So I think just being able to purchase our own lot where we have a place to go guaranteed, and we don't have to worry about making reservations far in advance or paying.
That really simplifies everything,
Yeah.
having that guaranteed spot for 3-4 months. You're not having to plan it, and I know that's a burden.
Right. And we can also rent the spot out when we're not using it. That'll be really nice if we decide one year we don't want to use it, we could rent it out and make additional income from it.
We're never going to rent it out. I'm sorry, we're not. We love it too much.
And then probably the other main reason why this was becoming a big challenge is for health reasons. So Kris and I have both been having some health issues lately, and it's been really hard to see doctors. We've been needing to see some specialists and getting some things scheduled far in advance. And that's really hard to do when you're living full-time on the road. Even being here for a couple months, it's been hard to get things scheduled. I would say those are probably like the two main reasons for us of why we wanted to make this decision, why it was right for us. But we are still living in our RV full-time, and we do still plan to travel quite a bit.
Well, of course, we're not going to be here in the winter.
Yeah.
Michigan.
Exactly. Well, that's a wrap on taking you all for the full tour of our new RV lot that we purchased. We hope you all enjoyed getting to see some of the behind the scenes of the lot and some of the details behind it. But question for you, since we've been here over a month now, what's your favorite part of it?
My favorite parts are first of all, the kitchen. Hillary cooks. She's an amazing cook. And the more space that I can give her and the more appliances that I can give her, the better the food is. So I love the kitchen. And I just love the space. We get a lot of space. We have a lot of privacy. It's really great to be able to sit out here at night and not hear anybody, not have anybody around. But also still be kind of in a social environment. So it's really nice.
Yeah, and I think my favorite aspects are kind of similar. I mean, obviously I love the kitchen because I think that's awesome, but just having the space and privacy, but still fully embracing the outdoors and nature. What we really liked about this lot was that we're still living in our RV, so we're able to fully utilize our RV, but we just have extra space now where we spend almost all of our time outside. Like during a day, as long as the weather's nice, we never go inside.
Yeah, and even when the weather's not that nice, we're outside.
True.
Yeah.
It's a really nice experience because at a lot of RV parks that we've been to, they're crowded, you don't have a lot of space, you have no privacy, there's not really a nice outdoor setup. So although we love the flexibility of being able to pick up and travel and go when we want, we do still really like having this as sort of a summer home base where we have a really nice place to stay and we can still travel and go to new places from here.
It's gorgeous here.
And it's also very low maintenance. So when we do pack up and leave for the winter, we don't have to take care of anything. It's easy to board up, it's easy to take care of, and there's just not as much as you would have with a house or something. Well, thank you all so much again for watching. In our next video, we're going to be addressing the top most asked questions about purchasing an RV lot, and this lot specifically. So if you have questions, drop them in the comments and we will try to address those in the next video. Thanks, y'all.